Just waking up here. It's taking me a while this morning. You join me Wednesday morning here in Regina. It is warm, it is windy, it is cloudy, and it is wet. It is starting to rain. That I don't mind, and I'm sure the people around here don't mind. Yesterday I drove through, I've driven through a lot of weather, as you can imagine. I've driven through rainstorms, I've driven through windstorms, hailstorms, thunderstorms, dust storms, snowstorms, you name it. Yesterday I drove through the most unique weather I have driven through yet in my life. I would best describe it as a salt storm. I drove through a salt storm. There's a lake called Reed Lake, which is near Chaplin, Saskatchewan. You can look it up, and it is a saline lake, and we don't get salt water out here much, but it is full of sodium sulfate, which is a salt. It looks like snow when it's dry, and it's dry out here. So Reed Lake is basically just a big pile of salt. And with the winds that were pushing me across the prairies yesterday, it was picking the salt up and throwing it into the air. And we're talking like several stories into the air. It was these huge clouds of salt. And I drove through what I would best describe as a salt storm. It smelled funny too. So I wasn't sure what the heck that salt's used for, but there's a mine there. So I hit the recirc and rolled up the windows and drove through it. That's all good. So we got 4 stops here in Regina. I'm gonna give this guy a call first. Just make sure that he's gonna be there first thing this morning. He likes it early, so that's good. And then over there for 2 chunky pieces, and then a bunch of little ones at those 2 stops plus the pizza box. And then this afternoon we have a stop in Brandon, Manitoba for a few things. Hopefully they'll be happier to see me this time because I don't have like 40 pieces. Well, it's not like they weren't happy to see me. It's just they were like, well, where are we going to put all this, you know? I'm like, well, you ordered it and I'm here. Well, why didn't it come on a rack? I'm like, because it didn't. I don't make those decisions. So, yeah, it'd be great. One day I want to run the rack truck so I can unload and load with a forklift instead of by hand. Not because it's easier, it's just boys like using toys, so forklift is like a big boy toy. Anyways, yeah, so we're gonna do these 4 stops, hit the Petro, fill the tanks, head to Brandon. So let's go. Well, we're done here in Regina. The 4 stops are done. My tanks are full. Time to head east to Brandon. I got myself one of these peace teas. It's in these gigantic friggin' cans. It's the size of my head. I love raspberries, so I couldn't resist. It's very sweet though. It's kind of syrupy. I wish it was more tart. That's just my preference though. Not saying it's bad. it's just, you know, I want the tartness to hit me in the face. So yeah, we're gonna get rolling because as it sits now, it's 10 o'clock and it's a 4-hour drive plus the time change, meaning I'll get to my drop in Brandon at 3 if I leave now. So that sounds like a good plan. Let's roll the time lapse. Alright, we just stopped here at the where is it? Co-op card lock? Yeah, co-op card lock in MOOSOMIN, Saskatchewan, which is basically the last thing you see before you reach the border with Manitoba. And it's still dry and dusty here. You probably saw it on the time lapse that I'm going to go out this way. You probably saw it on the time lapse that there are some mean looking clouds on the horizon. Well, I chased them for a couple of hours and I got nothing. And then I had to stop the time lapse because my uploads of yesterday's video
Turn
failed.
right onto the unpaved road.
Oh, it's quite paved, thank you very much. And but yeah, I had to sit there and watch it upload for an hour and make sure it actually happened. What in God's name is this person doing? So as you can see, someone's currently backing up down the Trans-Canada Highway. That's probably not the safest thing to do. Good Lord. And then she gives me the hands in the air. I'm like, you're backing down the Trans-Canada. What did you think I was gonna do? Give you the thumbs up? You moron. Here's the reason why insurance rates are so damn high. Gives me the, what else was I supposed to do? I'm like, how about you go find somewhere safe to turn around? That and the Tim Hortons was lined up out the door onto the sidewalk, so I had to wait a while to get a sandwich. So I did, use the bathroom first, and the lineup was even longer. So yeah, at least I got it on video. If she phones to complain about me shaking my head at her, that's all I was doing. I shook my head and just like, that was dumb, right? And yeah, she phoned. I mean, I got a big name on the side of my truck. She needs to find out where I'm from and who I am,
Continue
and who my
on
boss
Highway
is,
1.
all that other good stuff. And it doesn't bother me. I got everything recorded. I got 2 dash cams. And she'll be like, oh yeah, your driver was rude. He was shaking his head at me. You know, I don't know why. And I know why. You were backing down the Trans-Canada Highway because you missed your turn. Of all the things you could have done, you chose the least safe route to do it. Just be glad all the RCMP in town are dealing with something west of town. They were all flying down the highway with their lights on as I was getting into MOOSOMIN. I have no idea why, but I imagine they have a good reason. So I grabbed a sandwich, a donut, and a coffee. And unfortunately, I can't wait in the parking lot and eat it because I want to get the drop in Brandon done before it gets too late in the day, because with the time change, which is coming up here right in front of us, it's now 1:45 in the afternoon, and I still got an hour and a half to go. It means I should be there at 3:30. I don't want to be there much later because I have no idea how late their receiving's open till. Some of the shops in Calgary, you know, they're open. They start closing at 3-4 o'clock. So I don't want to push it. I just want to get this there, and then once I drop the glass, then I can mess around because I'll have a ton of hours available to me. I just couldn't wait to eat until after I had dropped. I was getting pretty hungry. Like I said, my body clock is 12:42 right now, and it's still an hour and a half to Brandon. But that's where we're going. Let's cross the border. Welcome to Brandon. So we just finished dropping some back orders off at that shop here in Brandon. And next, we're going to top up our tank and crash over the train tracks. Yeah, first I guess we'll cross over the river. After I reset you guys' level, because Lord knows everything, even your teeth are probably shaking loose by the road here.
In 5.5 kilometers, keep right to Highway 1.
Yeah, well, we'll go that way-ish. It's hot here, man. It's always hot when I come to Brandon. It's 29 degrees. Still sweating. I gotta crank up the AC. But yeah, it's 29 degrees, so that's almost 85 Fahrenheit, which is pretty warm for the end of September. It is pretty warm. And there's Brandon University on the left there. So we're gonna stop at the petrol pass at the northeast corner of town and then grab a ramp. And east will be at the hotel in Winnipeg at the south end at hopefully just after 6 local time. So I won't have to drive past sunset. That'll be nice because my marker lights are giving me grief again. They're, you know, I'm not sure why, but this is the third box that's on this Cascadia since we got it, so I'm told. And it seems every time they swap the box, they mess the wiring up even more. So now, when, you know, because I think the last box that was on, the marker lights were not attached to, you know, the rest of the wiring. I had a switch mounted on the bottom of the dash under my headlight switch that I manually turned the marker lights on. So all the other lights worked the way you'd expect with the headlight switch, just like on your car, and then I'd have to hit the switch to get the marker lights to work. That was fine, right? But when they switched the box about a month and a half ago, the marker lights are now wired into the truck tail lights, into the factory harness, and I'm not sure if it's a ground issue or there's, I don't know. But when I turn the marker or the headlights on, the marker lights don't come on. I gotta turn it off and on like several times until they finally light up by magic. And then even if they light up, they don't stay on. I was heading into Regina last night, and yeah, I looked up, and sure enough, my marker lights have gone out. It's getting dark, and I'm trying over and over again, like 100 times to try and get them to turn on. Like, they won't turn on. So I'm like, maybe I have to restart the truck. So I pulled over. You probably saw that in the time lapse. I pulled over, and still not. I walked around the truck, and I found that 2 of the marker lights were on. One at the back up at the top, and 2 on the passenger side. The one at the back on the passenger side, and the one at the front on the passenger side. But none of the other ones would work. But I did have tail lights, so that was good. So I had something. As long as I have the tail lights. Because yeah, the way they're wired in now, initially you turn on the headlights, there's nothing on the back. The tail lights don't even work. So unless I hit my brakes, you can't see me from behind when it's dark. Well, we're gonna go up here and fill up our diesel tank. We're not gonna fill up with DEF. We still got plenty. We'll fill up with DEF tomorrow at the petrol pass at the northwest corner of Winnipeg there, up by the airport. So yeah, let's get rolling. just got through Headingley. Although I like Headingley, man, they need to pave that goddamn road. Every time I come through here, especially eastbound like I am right now, I see a truck broken down right after those railroad tracks. And not only are the railroad tracks, the level crossing absolutely brutal, but then the road is basically just like, I don't know, it's destroyed afterwards too. So if your truck survives the level crossing, the potholes are going to finish it off. But anyways, yeah, so it's, I have no idea, quarter to 6. We're going to get up here and then take the perimeter highway around to where we're staying tonight. And yeah, I'm hungry. I try to remember where this Vietnamese place was. Because, yeah, I'm probably going to order skip. I really don't, you know, my hotel's not really near, well, it's near McDonald's. What do you freaking do? That's plan B. There's the perimeter highway. Welcome to Winnipeg. Thank you. And, yeah, so we're going to, we're going to stop. Okay. I got this Arnold Brothers LCV in front of me. 2 53-foot trailers. I mean, the back door is pleated, so it looks like a dual reefer. I have no idea. That'd be odd. But he's going to the flying hook
In
that I just
700
passed.
meters, take exit 318A on the right to
yeah.
Highway 100 East.
And the front one has a crinkle in it. Alright, well the front one's not a reefer, so there you go. Anyways, yeah, I remember one time I was out here, I had some good Vietnamese, I had some pho, and I want some more pho, because that was reasonably priced, and very, very filling. And, yeah, looks like we got a police car up ahead too. Never a dull moment. I don't know if I mentioned, but it's also very hot outside. I mean, take a peek. Yeah, it's warm. The truck says 31 degrees Celsius. And yeah, it definitely feels like it. 31 is stinking hot for September. It's almost October, for Pete's sake. We shouldn't hit 31 degrees at the first week of October. So, anyways, we'll take the ring road. We'll park her up, post trip, dinner time. Alright, got our room key. Time to do a post trip on our ELOG system. Nope, not that one. So let's go through what's wrong with the truck. Because I haven't talked much about the truck. You know, it's a Cascadia. I like it. My first video, it gives you kind of a brief detail of the mechanical nature of it and what this big green thing is behind me here. Lamps, glass, driver's seat. Alright, and driver's seat, air leak. Unless I keep the seat all the way up, it drops down little by little. So I have to sit way up here. Not the most comfortable position, but at least I don't feel like I'm aging by the minute. There's the air leak. Driver's side, nose, mirror, missing. Anyone who's seen my videos knows that there's no mirror on the down there. Marker, lights, won't stay on, and windshield cracked. Nothing major. Right? Alright, retrieving data from onboard computer. So our room is right outside here, which is perfect. I can park my truck right next to my room. I don't have to haul it through the whole hotel. Yeah, perfect. Ready to end the day. Let's get inside.